Bitcoin halving 33 days away, and do Bitcoin charts right now, especially on the weekly zoomed out charts, indicate that Bitcoin miners may have capitulated, and they may have done so earlier than most expected? I'm going to dig into the charts. We're going to look at that right now. What's up, everyone? Thanks for coming by. Hit the like button on your way in. It means a lot to me. I'm just going to say it. It really does encourage me as I do these videos. So thank you. Bitcoin on the weekly chart. We're going to dig into that. I want to preface this video. I get it. Okay. First off, I always do Bitcoin to the downside targets, Bitcoin to the upside targets. You have a pattern. You have two very different targets. One is bullish, one is bearish. Always anticipating all scenarios. Recently, you may have been watching my videos. You might know right around here on this Bitcoin 4-hour chart, I was just feeling short-term bearish. I was seeing a lot of resistance here. I was thinking we need some consolidation. You all know the story. I did a couple videos talking about we're going to get consolidation, what I think. So far, it hasn't happened, right? Bitcoin actually kind of cruised up $7,400 or so. And there's starting to be some indicators amongst other altcoins that indicate Bitcoin might actually be getting ready to make that breakout to $8,200 target. We know the $8,200 target because we've been tracking it for a while on this channel. I'm not really going to talk so much about that in this video. What I want to talk about is the root of it all, and that is zooming out. This is where it's at, everybody. Zooming out on the charts, you get so much clarity. And I just saw something on the weekly charts. It's exactly why I'm doing this video. I said I gotta go live and just do this quick video. I did a video back in March, and I talked about this longer term uptrend of Bitcoin. We have these symmetrical triangles in play. And I believe I did this video back in February, probably right around here before we even got this downturn. But I was talking about this 76% to the apex breakout area that we had in the last Bitcoin cycle. One thing before I get into that to say to you is Bitcoin, as we know, has really from this bear market low, it's moved quicker, right? Everything has been a little bit ahead of the game by kind of like a couple months or so in terms of how Bitcoin exited the bear market and what it's been doing, right? Bitcoin bear market low in 2014, 15 took a little bit longer to kind of get this move up, right? And Bitcoin this time around got that swing high way quicker. So it might not come as a surprise if Bitcoin miners have capitulated earlier. Now, I just read this article actually as I was getting ready to do this video talking about this exact scenario. This is on newsbtc.com. I have a link in the description here. But it's talking about historically Bitcoin miners capitulating around 3 times per cycle. And this analysis says, according to Hash Ribbons, miners have now capitulated for a third and potentially final time before it's off to the races for Bitcoin bulls once again. The only minor difference this time around is that the third capitulation has occurred ahead of halving. So would it be no surprise if once again Bitcoin does something earlier this time around? In this case, Bitcoin miners capitulating earlier than it did last time. So here we go. You can see after the last Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin miners, they say capitulated right around here. We had that, this is a 40% downturn on the charts. What if this move was that move? I had somebody kind of, I think in a live stream last time, just make that comment. I think I saw it cruising by or on a comment on Twitter or something. What if it already happened? And I think that's a really interesting question to explore because Bitcoin already has been moving quickly and kind of ahead of itself last Bitcoin halving. And even more so, I just charted this when I was messing around with charts a little bit ago. And this is really the exact thing I want to show you in this video. If you look at that swing low that Bitcoin had right here, this was August 1st, 2016, to that breakout area, right, of this apex, 76% to the apex. We have 98 days. You can see it on the chart, 98 days from that swing low to the triangle breakout. And I was just curious, what about this swing low, right? The swing low, obviously before halving this time around, but if we take it 76% to the apex, how many days is that? look at this. The similarities, 112 days, so close in terms of time frame. And I'm not saying this is exact. I'm not saying this is exactly how it's going to play out, everybody. I want to say that. That's not why I'm doing this. But I think it's very fair to anticipate a June breakout, right? I think it's very fair to anticipate the possibility that Bitcoin could be entering a very bullish environment in June. And beyond that, maybe even sooner, based on Bitcoin moving quicker, kind of in terms of ahead of itself last cycle, right? So Bitcoin might make a move even sooner than June. Now, I kind of digress all of that because we really do have to take this one day at a time. And if you go back to the 4-hour chart, I did a video on Twitter yesterday, and it really talks about swing low areas, right? If Bitcoin does have resistance right now in the short term, we have the swing low that we have, and I'm looking at these closing candles on the 4-hour chart to a previous swing high, and we can take like kind of an average of $5,500 to $5,000 as kind of a good consolidation area. That's still in play. Please don't get me wrong. That's still 100% in play. In the short term, and I might do another video on this later. I'm trying to make this a short video because I just wanted to share that weekly data with you. But on the short term, right, we have this setup. And this is an ascending triangle that you see Bitcoin kind of in right now, potentially breaking out. And then we have other altcoins currently making a move to the upside. And that could be a strong indicator that Bitcoin actually continues a move to the upside. But right now, this is a 4-hour chart. We can do shorter term technical analysis, but that really wasn't the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to talk about this 76% to the apex breakout. How on pace we are for that is actually pretty incredible. And the question, exploring the question at least, not answering it exactly because we don't know, but did we get that capitulation that we saw after the last Bitcoin halving? And did we get it earlier this time around? That would not surprise me at all. And lastly, a data point I wanted to share with you to keep an eye on, weekly stock RSI. We look at that same area on the weekly, right? That may have just happened earlier. And we look at the weekly stock RSI down here, this quicker moving momentum oscillator, and we see a lot of similarities in terms of Bitcoin potentially making a momentum shift to the upside. So the data here is really interesting to watch. Obviously, we have to wait and see how this plays out. Last data point, actually, the RSI, slower moving momentum oscillator. You see this pink line right in the middle of this oscillator, right around 50. So if we look at the momentum of Bitcoin bouncing off of that area at that capitulation area, interestingly enough, Bitcoin is actually approaching that area. So the biggest resistance ahead that we can really look for, this could be a confirmation area that the Bitcoin bulls are here to stay, is this 50 line on the RSI. If Bitcoin breaks that on this weekly chart, that could be incredibly bullish for Bitcoin. And then if we go back to the Bitcoin chart, we do know that the majority of resistance is the bull market swing high to the bear market swing low. I chart this a lot, and we have it here, this green rectangle, the Fibonacci resistance, 16,000 to 13,000 or so. Are we heading in that direction? That is the entrance to the bull market. We keep an eye on it. I really just wanted to share this weekly data with you, kind of bring in the context of Bitcoin miners capitulating. I think it's interesting, 100% possible that it happened earlier this time around. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I truly appreciate you coming by, hanging out. Hope you're doing well all quarantined out there. If you're here and you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button as we grow this channel. I try and give you the very best in terms of Bitcoin data. I share my opinion with you along the way. If it's a short-term bearish opinion, as you all know, I love being wrong about that. So let's see if I'm going to be wrong about this short-term bullish resistance or bearish resistance. And let's see if Bitcoin can make a run to 8,200. I might do a video a little bit later talking about these short-term targets and the short-term bullish, charts combined with some other altcoins that are making moves right now. So thanks for coming by. I hope you're having a good day. Appreciate you. Hit the like button on your way out. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to this video. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.